An example now of another classic question that comes up near enough every single year in just a slightly different format in the Nat 5 exam. This one looks at surds and indices, and it quite simply states simplify, and it gives you an expression here in terms of surds and indices, and it wants you to simplify it. To do this effectively, we need to think back to the course and think back to all our rules of indices where we talked about multiplication, division, roots, everything like that, and we need to figure out how we use it. Now remember, we said there was a three-step process when it was involving a fraction. Step 1 was we simplified the top. Step 2, we simplified the bottom. And then step 3, we simplified between the two of them. So look to cancel out between the top and the bottom and work this indices there. So let's start with the top part of the expression. So I've got a to the power of 4 times 3a. So we combine any coefficients that are there. Well, I've simply got just the one, which is 3. I then look to combine anything with the same base together. So I've got a to the power of 4 times a. Remember, a is just simply a with a power of 1 hidden there. So I've got a to the power of 4 times a to the power of 1. When we're doing something like that, we're multiplying something with the same base. Remember, we add the powers, so I get 3a to the power of 5. I then look at simplifying the bottom. So I've got the square root of a, so what I do is I take that and I use my rules to write it without the root, and that ends up giving me a to the power of a half. So we've simplified the top, we've done step 1, we've simplified the bottom, we've done step 2, now we have to simplify between the two. So what this essentially is telling me to do, simplify the coefficients, so again 3 and 1, there's a 3, and then I've got a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of a half. Now when we divide them, what we do is we take the coefficients away. So we do 5, take away a half. So I've got a to the power of 5 minus a half, which is 4.5, or writing it as a single fraction, 9 over 2. Now, it asks us just to simplify it. So leaving this in this format, with the index being a numerical value rather than using square roots, that's perfectly fine right there. If you went on to write up your roots, that wouldn't be an issue. But to be honest with you, just leave it in that format, saves extra work, and you've answered the question anyway. Questions like this tend to come up every single year. Make sure you know your rules of indices and your rules of surds and how to simplify between all of them. Make sure you can change roots into indices and back again. You know how to multiply things with the same base together. You know how to divide things with the same base together. And you know what a to the power of 1 is and what any number in the world to the power of 0 is. Make sure you know all these parts.